you make of the fact, Congressman, that here we are on vote day, and still there's not a single Republican ready to cross over the aisle, apparently in either the House or when this thing gets to the Senate? You know, this is, they say, one of the biggest pieces of social legislation in our country's history, and yet, you know, when you had the other two, Social Security and Medicare, it was bipartisan. This does not have a single Republican vote.
Yeah, this is regrettable. Look, there's two reasons Republicans aren't voting for this. One is they're a wholly owned subsidiary of the insurance industry. That's a fact. The second is they have said they want President Obama to fail. They're not thinking about how to reform the system in the truest sense, because every time they've come up to the table, they've said they want it to be the president's Waterloo. When you combine those two things...
One senator said that.
When you combine those two things, an absolute fealty to be the handmaiden of the insurance industry on one hand, and the desire to play politics and try to undermine the president and the Democratic initiatives on the other hand, we're in a different era than we were 45 years ago when we passed Medicare, and it's truly regrettable.
But do you think that's true of these 55% in this poll who are saying they're against it as well? I mean, are they just shills for the insurance industry as well?
You know, Megan, you've asked me about that poll 3 times, and I'll give you an answer one more time. You can ask people about something, if you're going to ask it, let's ask it right. Ask them whether they want deficits to go down $1.2 trillion.
Why is it not right to just ask them whether they favor the bill? Why is it so wrong? And why do you reject when they say, no, we don't favor it?
Honestly, because I can tell you there are enormous numbers of people who fundamentally have been led on a path of disinformation to not understand the bill very well. And I take full responsibility. I've been on your show several times saying we deserve some lumps for this. But to simply say, let's look at the top line of the poll and not look at the elements that are in it, there is a disconnect there. And Megan, you conceded that earlier in this interview. There's a disconnect. The things that are in the bill, people like. And call me crazy, but I like to look at what's in bills.
I'm never going to call you crazy. I call you a stand-up guy for coming on a busy day on Capitol Hill. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Megan. Nice to be here.
All right, Congressman Anthony Weiner, review.